Yo, what's up? I decided that I gonna make for every short video also a long video because I have the time to do this and I like doing it and I like to give some more in-depth information about the topics I'm talking in these shorts or like TikToks because I feel like it's all like quick, giving the information, this and that. But yeah, for me it's also important to give a bit more information, and yeah, that's why I'm making this video. So this video I made about like boxing and how it changed my life and what lessons I took from it. And really the main thing is that a lot of people when you talk about this is like they feel like you're doing a martial art or a hard sport because you want to be able to, for example, when you do boxing, you want to be able to fight. You want to be able to punch someone in the face. That's the quite logical and mainstream reason why people do it. But I found out for myself, and I reckon also in other people, this is often not their motivation to do these kind of sports. And I also feel like if this is like your motivation, it is um, it is hard to keep going because then it's coming from a place where you just want to feed your ego. You just want to be able to, for example, beat other people up. And yeah, for me, this was never the reason. For me, it was more about uh, learning and discovering myself. And for this, I feel like martial arts, it doesn't matter what you do, is really helpful to learn to discover yourself because it's actually um, it's never you versus the guy who's in front of you, or um, it's never like this. And this all sounds like very like woo woo spiritual, but it really is. And it sounds like cliche. I even like when I hear myself telling it, it's like it sounds so cliche. It's like you versus you, but it's literally the case because um, for me the lessons I took from it is not like that that I punch hard or that I punch quicker or that I am able to win a spar, to win a fight. The thing I learn is like that I can stay calm when things get uncomfortable, and that I learn that it taught me that I put my ego aside if I want to learn something more quickly, and that this is the only way actually to move forward in life. Like put uh, put the idea about yourself aside and be open to receive information and knowledge and skill, because if you are like, this is also a metaphor, like if your cup is full you cannot learn anything. And when I first started doing boxing, like i'm i'm uh, I'm a very tall guy, I'm a big guy, and I was just thinking like I just step in there and uh, I'm not gonna get beat up, and I'm for sure not get beat up by someone who's smaller or something like this. It's like I feel like a lot of guys in particular, we have a lot of pride which is based on like nothing, um, and to be able to build real confidence for me is the first step is that you realize that your pride which you have right now is actually based on nothing, and it's based on an idea you have about yourself. But the first moment you step into a boxing gym or MMA or kickboxing or Muay Thai, I don't care, and you do your first training or sparring and you get like punched in the face a couple of times, you will realize like, no, I'm not all this stuff I thought in my head about myself. And this realization moment is fundamental for me. It was fundamental for me and it's still fundamental to this day, because it humbles you to a certain degree and it makes you realize you are that you are not the the ideas you made about yourself. And it's funny because some guys maybe think too little about themselves, but also a lot of guys they think too much about themselves, in particular when it's about fighting. Like if you go on the street and ask any dude, like, yeah, this and this and this, all dudes will say like, yeah, I can beat his ass up, this and that, and that's a very good thing to realize, that it's actually very hard and uncomfortable, and that it's not nice, and it also makes you realize that you rather uh, don't want to get into these encounters when you uh, with people. So that's the thing, and yeah, it's just in general, it also it's teaching me to this day still, like um, things, because it's not like you do boxing and the first year or first 2 years are very hard, and then it gets easier. Like you learn better to deal with the uncomfortable situation, but you will also, if like how your level increases, this is also the level of your opponents or training partners increases. So you will always be uh, working to. I think this is the idea of life. You should always have some next point where, for example, you're training with a guy who's more experienced, who's teaching you stuff again. When when you are the, let's say you are the best, you are done learning, and I think this is the worst place you can be in. And that's also a lesson it taught me. Like when I started, everyone was better than me, so you can progress very quickly. But at some point, when you get more experience, the pool of people who can teach you things is becoming smaller. So you have to look for it more, and you have to find really your people, and you have to change your environment. Like there's a saying, like when you're the smartest in the class, you should move to another class, and this is really the thing, what you should continuously do in life. Like when you feel like you are in a place um, where you've outgrown the level of the skill or whatever it is, then you should move on to the next thing. And yeah, and for example, I also give training now in boxing, and there I really like to train people who begin. But for example, when I train with them, it's not really beneficial for my own growth. So I need to find my own sensei. So that's like those are a few things I just wanted to share, and yeah, which is nice, I think, information about my journey. And yeah, I would recommend, especially for every guy, to try it out, and not like don't make it a goal to be the best, like I feel also like we guys, we can put a lot of pressure on ourselves in terms of, like, when we do something, we want to become the best in it, and we want to be like acknowledged for it, and get respect for it. But just do it for yourself, and just do it to um, become, for the first thing, become comfortable with the uncomfortable thing. And because it will give you a lot of, I feel like, confidence and in yourself, and it will make you more resilient. So I would advise everyone doing it, because yeah, it's just it's for me, it was another level of learning to deal with discomfort, and learning about myself, learning certain emotions come up when you do a spar, and like this person is better, and how to deal with those very uncomfortable emotions, and to sit with them, and to still stay present, and still act like how you want to act. And this is not always gonna work out in the start, but you will learn it, like, bit by bit, and that's the beautiful thing about this whole process. Okay, I've yapped enough, and yeah, just let me know what you think about this topic. I'm very curious, and see you in another video. Ciao.